Hey, so here we are. You know who we are. This is
Naomi.
And I'm Daddy. So before we get started with today's episode, we got something to share. We found something. What did we find?
We found our camera that's been missing.
So yeah, as Murphy's Law will have it, as soon as I go and buy a new camera,
We found a new camera.
we found the old camera. Where was it?
It was in our mom's car. It was in my car.
It was in Mommy's car. So we're just gonna blame that on her. So she owes us the money for this new camera now. But it's not all bad because the new camera has some features that the old Hero 4 did not have, and they will come in handy. No, it's still thumbs up. We're still going to use them both. It'll come in handy for when we want to shoot our videos. So with that being said, I know you guys are wondering, hey, this is an adventure show. When is the adventure going to start? So
It's going to start.
What do we have coming up?
We have our camping trip.
We have a camping trip coming up. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
I am too.
Gonna go in 2 more weeks.
Not 2 more weeks, 2 more days. We're going on Friday.
Oh.
She didn't even know when we were leaving. I'm trying to find the name of the campground, but go ahead. So while I find the name of the campground where we're gonna go, why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about camping?
Camping, you need like a lot of stuff to survive. So you need water, you need food, and you need shelter.
That's right. Water, food, and shelter, just like basic survival. These are some of the things that we are going to need. I can't find it right now because we're actually meeting up with a friend. Oh yeah, Pocahontas State Park. That's where we're going, and I'll show you guys in a second. Pocahontas State Park is southwest of Richmond, Virginia, and they have all sorts of activities for us to do. They have swimming. What'd you say? She says she wants to go swimming. They have fishing.
I want to go fishing.
And they have a whole bunch of other things that we're gonna have fun doing. But the purpose of today's video is to expand upon what Naomi said we need for when we go camping. So we need to make a list of things that we need to make sure that we bring, and she's gonna write it down, things that we need to make sure we bring when we go camping. So you said shelter, right?
Yeah.
So what do we use for shelter when we go camping?
We need a tent and we need blankets.
Okay, write tent down. It's going to be pretty warm, but the blanket may help. It may get chilly at night. I don't know. But what do we sleep in when we go camping?
Sleeping bags.
Sleeping bags.
Write that down.
Write it down. Sleeping bags.
And we also need food.
We need food. So what we're going to do is we'll probably stop on the way down there to get food. There'll be places closer down there so we can get food and ice and drinks and that sort of thing. What else?
I think there's one more thing.
There's more than one more thing. What else are you thinking?
Remember last time when we went, we had the card game where you had to like flip it over, and I forgot what it's called.
I declare war. So we need to do things to have fun, right?
Okay.
So one of the games that we play is with cards. We play I Declare War. Do it so they can see it.
So we have water, we have tent, we have sleeping. I forgot to put bag. And we have food, and we also have games, but that's not it.
Okay. At night, what do we do at the campground?
We storage.
Well, we put our stuff in storage at night so raccoons and bears won't get in, so we don't lose it like we lost the camera. What do we do with marshmallows?
We cook them. We cook them on the fire.
That's right. So we need the long forks, right?
Yeah, long fork. And one time, I haven't told you guys before, but when I went camping, I touched one of the long forks, and then I burnt myself.
Yeah, that was my fault for not teaching her the proper safety around campfires. She was playing with the the pitchfork that we used to make s'mores and hot dogs, and she had it in the fire. It was hot. Then she touched it. So what did we do after that?
We wait for a couple minutes to burn down, or we could just blow it, and then we can also
I'm talking about what did we do for your finger when you burnt your finger? What did we put on it?
we put some cream on it.
Mm-hmm.
We put a Band-Aid on it.
And some ice to cool it down to help it feel better. So when we're camping, are there street lights out there at night? Is it light out night, or is it dark?
Kind of. It's dark, but if there's a fancy place somewhere, it might have lights.
Yeah, well, we're not going to a fancy place. So when you're...
Because it's going to be too cheap. Kind of. I don't know.
When you're walking around, let's say you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, what do you use to light your path?
We bring a
What's it called?
a light.
A
Switch.
A lantern.
A lantern.
We bring the lantern, so put that down. We're going to need to pack our clothes. So when we cook, what do we use to cook?
We use the long fork, and we use grill,
We use a grill. So we're going to bring the grill.
and we have a grill at home.
We have a small grill at home that's perfect for these types of trips.
We might show you if Daddy wants to show.
Yeah, we're going to show them us loading up the car, pulling out all of our gear at the house. And we also sit around the campfire at night too, right? And so we need firewood for the campfire. You can write that down. So how many times have you gone camping before?
About like 5 times.
Not true. You've gone camping like twice.
No, I went when I was younger. Remember when I was 2? You don't remember when I was 2. See,
You don't remember when you were 2.
I don't remember. He doesn't even remember. He's older than me.
All right, we're back. I don't know. It said the camera was too hot. That's going to be a negative for the GoPro 7 because it's not even that hot outside. I'm not sweating. She's not sweating. The Hero 4 never did that, but we'll see.
So this is what we have so far. We have water, we have a tent, we have sleeping bag, we have food, game, long fork, lantern, grill, and firewood.
Oh, we need our fishing gear because we can catch fish, and if we can keep them, we can cook them at the campfire. So what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about how many times I've gone camping plenty of times, and she's gone a couple of times.
I've gone 4 times.
But all it takes is a couple of times to know what you need to bring, right? So luckily, since we've gone before, we have equipment.
And we know what we need because we've been a lot of times.
Right. So anything that we need that we don't have, we'll just go to the store and buy it and take it with us.
So everything that we have on our list, we'll get it.
We will get it because that's what Daddy does. Daddy has to pay for everything.
Well, not always.
All right. So I think that's a good start. We know what we need to gather up. We know what we need to load up in the car. And we're going to head to Pocahontas State Park in a couple of days. And we're going to have a good time.
And I think what else we need?
What? Oh, it's a secret?
Close your eyes.
Why is it a secret? Oh, ourselves. That's right.
Of course.
Because I wouldn't be able to do this show without you.
I wouldn't be able to go camping without you.
You know what I'm saying? So we need each other and we rely on each other. Before we sign off for today, I do want to make one note that today is Juneteenth. Do you know what Juneteenth is? Okay, so here's a little history lesson. You know what slaves were, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there used to be slavery in the United States.
It's the slave day.
So Juneteenth, so wait, let me back up. After the Civil War, that bee isn't bothering you. He's gone. After the Civil War, slavery ended. So all of the black people who were slaves, they were freed. But in Texas, they didn't get notice until 18 months later when slavery was abolished. So they were still slaves for an extra 18 months until June 19th, 1865. The last few slaves in Texas, they didn't even get notified until 18 months later, on June 19th, 1865. So it's an Emancipation Day. Emancipation means freedom, release. It's an Emancipation Day for...
A nice day.
Huh?
Nice day.
I'm in the middle of a history lesson, and
Sorry.
it's an Emancipation Day for our ancestors because that was the day we were truly freed. The last of us were truly freed. So now you learned something today, and I hope someone out there learned that today is a very important day for African American history, and there's some things that we just don't want to forget. We're here to have a good time, and we're able to have a good time because our ancestors, they fought so many battles for us to be able to live the lives that we live, and we're not done yet. There's a lot to go, but all right, I'm not gonna go too far off the rails. Rails, Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman, free slaves. But we're here to... All right, we'll see y'all later once we're loading up our gear. We're gonna go to the store to get the rest of the stuff we need. We may find some new stuff, and we will show them, right?
We'll show you when we get all of this stuff. So we'll pick up the camera, we'll show you what we'll get.
Handshake.